Everybody knows that the dice are loaded.
Hey everybody, what's up? This is Turbo and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm not doing an unboxing. I'm going to do kind of my wrap up for the month of November. Gave it a run once before, but then I went back. I actually read all the comics, and so I could talk to that a little bit, and I thought I'd give it another shot for this month's roundup. Anyway, so I ended up with I think about 6 boxes this month. Nerd block, comic block, BAM box with the expansion pack, Loot Crate and Loot Crate DX. So didn't go too wild, although I did end up also getting the Loot Crate San Diego Comic Con 2016 box, Black Friday deal on the Loot Vault. It was down to about $33, so I couldn't resist, and that's where this hat came from, girl banner, and the this Kubros. It's called the Kubros of Hellboy, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool deal there. That's more glary. It's really good out of the glare a little bit. There you go. So that was a cool box. You know, at the 50% off for about $33 I got it for. It was a great deal, and I liked it. So, but to my regular subscription boxes, want to get on there and talk about those a little bit. My favorite item, clothing item, this month is this hoodie, the Game of Thrones hoodie from Loot Crate DX, and it's a cool design and it's super comfy. And you know, it's hard for me to like get excited about sporting Game of Thrones because I don't watch it, but it's a good item. So I want to pump it up. In terms of the traditional T-shirts, I want to give props to Comic Block. There goes the micro machine. I want to give props to Comic Block for going with a Valiant shirt with Harbinger. It's kind of risky. I don't know if it's risky, but it's a smaller, you know, less well-known property. So it was kind of a risk putting it in there. I like it a lot myself. I did read Harbinger Renegade #1, so I'm familiar with the characters now again. This is Kat. She is non-powered, but she holds the group together. Torque is apparently like a star now, superstar, you know, a TV star or something. Haven't seen Live Wire yet. I think that's her. Peter is apparently like hanging out in space, so that's interesting. And then Faith is still superheroing under the name of Zephyr. I forgot her name was Zephyr. Most people call her Faith, but Zephyr is her code name. So it was a good comic. I liked it. It kind of was a good layout. Talks about Harada, the main antagonist in the story, and it sets up a lot of things to come, and it talks about things that have happened. So I thought it was well done for a #1 comic. And again, love the T-shirt. Now, I also want to give props, though, to the Goonies T-shirt, Goonies Never Say Die, from my Nerd Block. This is awesome. It's a cool T-shirt. I love it a lot. The Obliviators T-shirt. I still haven't seen the movie yet. It's on the list of things to do maybe this weekend. So maybe I'll get into it then. But again, it's hard. It's cool that these crates get out ahead of the movie and the property and stuff, so you can have the stuff when the movie comes out, and that's kind of cool. But if you haven't seen it, it's also hard to get excited about it if you don't know the characters already. So that's all I have to say about that. I'm not going to dig into it in great detail. In general, you know, Loot Crate, want to give the shout out for Doctor Strange Q-Fig. It's very cool. On the other hand, the Nerd Block sodas, not as excited about, I guess. Mostly because it's a Bob's Burger thing, but also it's like a vinyl in the shape of a soda can. I don't get that. I guess it's the first month they're putting this, the first ever soda they made, and you know, sorry to say I'm not into it. Anyway, but you know, the DX was a hit with this and the blanket. Time out. Okay, it was going to bother me if I didn't get the blanket at least and show it. It is super soft. Plush throw. I haven't opened it yet because I don't know how much I love the design, and I think I might know somebody who might love this, so we'll see. It may get gifted. I may pop it open. It might get cold enough and I would need another blanket. It's coming out. And Nerd Block gave some great socks too. I've been into the socks lately, and they gave you mine are dirty. They're in the wash, They gave us the Nightmare Before Christmas socks, which was a big hit. And so Nerd Block, despite the vinyl not being a hit with me, was still a good box. Most of these boxes, it's hard to love everything in it. If you do, then that's a darn good box. That's one of the reasons I love the comic block so much this month. I did love everything in it. I read this Masked Anomalies #1. It's interesting. Get my notes out. Keeping notes on the stuff I read so I can talk about it. Masked. Yeah, so it was actually originally a French story. It was published in French as Masque Tome, or Tome, Masque Tome, probably. It takes place in like dystopian Paris, and there's actually no ads in the book until the back. There's some in the back, but the story's not broken up by ads in the middle, which is cool. And speaking of no ads in the book, Big Trouble in Little China, I went through and read that. Also, same way, no ads until the end. It's also written by Greg Pak. Greg Pak's a good writer who did World War Hulk, and most recently he's been doing some Batman, Superman writing with Jay Lee doing the art. So that's been a popular series, I know. Went through and read the Hellboy. It was a one-shot. I like that. So it was #1, but it was a self-contained story. There wasn't a lot of Hellboy action or a lot of Hellboy backstory, but it was a self-contained story. I don't want to give away the details, but I thought it was cute. It was a cute little story. The art was good. It's not Mignola art. Mignola was one of the writers. The penciler was Patrick Reynolds, but it was good. It was good art. Big Trouble in Little China was pretty good art. It was done by this dude, Daniel Bayliss, who also does World Wrestling, WWE comics, and a few other things. He's still kind of getting started, but the facial expressions were great. The backgrounds were kind of bland or non-existent at some time, but Jack Burton came alive. And the comic itself was all right. They kind of portrayed Jack Burton as this really lucky buffoon, who I guess you could take one read on the character that way by watching the movie, but kind of made him less of a badass. Where Snake Plissken was definitely Snake Plissken, and he was gnarly. So that was cool. And then which other comics did I read? And then Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures. I read that also. It is definitely a Batman animated cartoon style of drawing, which is fun. The writing wasn't like super simplistic, but I think a kid could get into that. It's a crossover, of course, where a portal gets opened from Gotham, I think, into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle universe, and you see Batman villains fighting the Turtles, and I'm sure Batman's going to get into it. But he was in issue 1, but he didn't meet the Turtles yet. So there's that. I don't know if I'll read issue 2, but there is actually a possibility. It's kind of fun. The art's not really my style, but it'd be fun to follow the story. So that's it, I think, for the comics. And then I want to talk about some prints and stuff. We've got several prints this month. Some were from the bandbox, some weren't. The Crate DX gave us the mystical print with Doctor Strange, which was cool. And then we also got the X-Girls. I found out these were all X-Girls. I can go through and name them now, but it took me a while. Most of them have little signs, like Storm's got a little lightning bolt earring and things like that. Magic has the little sword earring. It took me a while to figure out who she was, but then I saw the signs. So that's a cool print. And then in the bandbox, of course, we got a lot of prints, and that kind of brings me to the bandbox. The monthly bandbox was kind of a letdown this month for the first time, I think. Our big autograph was a cosplayer, whereas in month past we've had TV stars. Last month we had The Exorcist, Linda Blair, or Skeeter Ulrich as the Scream, Ghostface, and so those were kind of big time stars, and that was really cool. And I really liked my print. It's all glary, but I got the Beavis and Butthead Rick and Morty print, and it was cool. It was kind of psychedelic. I liked the colors, and I liked the design, and the characters. Beavis and Butthead fan, obviously grew up with them. But other than that, the Homer Simpson print was cool, but the Betty Boop comic was kind of whatever, and the Kids comic was kind of whatever too. The Grimm comic the month before that was cool, but I don't know if they're knocking it out of the park with their comics. And so, in general, I don't know if the band box gave as much value as I expect this month. It was a little bit of a letdown, but we'll see what comes next month. They did just put the expansion pack on sale this morning. I took a look. It's Stan Lee. It's $150. It's December. I have $150 for Stan Lee stuff, so we're not getting the expansion pack next month. This month I did like the expansion pack. I want to talk about that. I loved the Bender, the autograph from John DiMaggio. I always forget his name. John DiMaggio, who's the voice of Bender, and he autographed the Bender print. And then the Family Guy, the Fantastic Six print, was also pretty cool this month. And the Pam PV pin was whatever. Although the pin, the chef pin was very cool. This is probably my favorite part of the regular box, the chef pin. So that's the BAM box, and that's all I have to say about that. Now one more blurb about my game day box. I'm trying to cancel my subscription, but this month I did get this cool Broncos pint glass. There you go. The cool Broncos hat. There you go. And then this kind of stupid Los Angeles Clippers basketball. So they auto-renewed. I'm trying to get it canceled and see if I can get my money back, or if I'm going to get 3 more months. We'll find out. Hoping to get my money back. I'm pretty much over my game day box. For one thing, I'm not as into the sports stuff as much as I am with the geek stuff. Obviously, you see which hat I'm wearing, although I do like this Broncos hat. I'll go ahead and model it for the camera. It's a good-looking hat, and it fits well. But yeah, I'll cancel the game day box and put those funds toward more geek boxes and getting the stuff I really want right now. So overall, November was pretty cool. October was kind of big with everything being horror, and I think all the companies try to go big on the horror and kind of outdo one another. So November was, I wouldn't say it was let down, but it was kind of an ease back. Next month I'm not getting Loot Crate DX. I'll get the regular box still, but the DX I'm skipping the month because there was they usually list 4 franchises, and one was Luke Cage. I mean, I will miss whatever item that is. I would like to have that. But then the other was Mr. Robot, which I don't watch, but I'd like to, but I haven't yet. My parents say it's pretty cool, so I'll check it out. But then there's an Assassin's Creed thing, and maybe a Gears of War. Maybe it was another video game franchise that I'm not interested in. So for the price they charge, I want to be into at least. I want to be really into at least 2 of the franchises. If I'm into 3 or all 4, then that's very cool. This month, Game of Thrones stuff is always cool, even though I don't watch it yet. I wanted the Fantastic Beasts. I think is a cool franchise, so that would have gotten me in. And the Harry Potter, of course, gets me in. And then The Witcher, was whatever, but you can't knock them all out. So, you can't live and random. Although this, I've been looking at this paperweight, and I do think it's really cool still. It's a really cool paperweight. Anyway, so I don't know how to feel about it. I can't love it because I don't know what it's about, but it's really cool. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for the wrap-up for the month of November. I thank you for joining me. I know it's a much longer video, almost 14 minutes than we usually do, but I want to talk about everything and get it all out there for a good wrap-up. So, thanks for joining me. Turbo out.
The war is over. Everybody knows the good guys lost. Everybody knows the fight was fixed. The poor stay poor. The rich get rich. That's how it goes. Everybody knows